Yeah, I just had a little bit of a coughing fit, so I've got myself some water. One sec. Yeah, so there's kind of two topics that come to mind today. One of them is, if you look at I think my screen is still being shared, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so have either of you heard of Cointracking before?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, so I think some of us may have listened to, one second. Some of us may have listened to Kurt's messages in the past about how we keep track of our crypto portfolio. Actually, I'm wondering, how do you guys keep track of yours? What do you do? Do you just log on to the exchange to see what's going on, or what do you guys do?
I use CoinGecko.
So that's how you keep track of it. Okay. What about the rest of you?
I also look at CoinGecko.
Yeah.
Might look at market cap as well.
Yeah.
Again, and then I just check in my wallets as well. Just to
okay.
What's happening?
I, as a humble suggestion, I would suggest, because one of the things that Kurt mentions, he mentions a site called, I think it's BlockFi. I could be mistaken.
Yes, it is.
And it's basically, he recommends it as a good place to keep track of your portfolio. But my understanding is that you do it manually. So, you input the trades that you're doing, and it gives you it gives you a way of keeping track. I use this one, and I personally, I don't know if there's a paid version of that, by the way, so maybe I'm mistaken. This one is, I have a paid subscription with these people, and I like it because it gets really intricate in terms of keeping me being able to keep track of my trades. So I haven't logged in, but the reason I mention it is because although we might look at CoinGecko to keep an eye on things, you'd be surprised by how much you forget if you're just looking at it like that and you're not documenting your records over time. Now, like I said, I'm not logged in here because then you'd see what my portfolio looks like. But if you can just visualize, say you're looking at Bitcoin here, what you can do, it links with the different exchanges. So you've got a couple of ways of linking with the exchanges, and you can track every purchase and sell that you make within an exchange, whether you're, whatever kind of transaction you're doing, it keeps track of everything that you're doing. And I find it very useful to get a sense of a good time to buy and sell. And the reason I'm mentioning it today is because prices have gone down so much over, I think it's over the last week. So just to give an example, if I, for example, go back to the dashboard, and you can do a view of, for example, various coins. Let's just say you have a portfolio of various coins. It will only show the coins that you've got. So you can monitor the movement of these cryptocurrencies on a daily basis. So you've got various time variables that you can do. So you can closely track the last 24 hours. You can track the last 7 days. And you can track the last, let's say, for example, 30 days. So it gives you a good idea of what's been happening. And I find it useful because when the market goes down like this, I can check my portfolio, and depending on what I have, I would say to myself, okay, if I believe in a certain coin, to what extent has it gone down in the last, like I said, 24 hours, 7 days, or 30 days? And I would generally go for the one that has dropped the most if I think it's, if it's a strong use case coin. So I find this very useful. So let's imagine that I have, like I said, Litecoin. This has gone down 35% in the last 30 days. no, let me use Bitcoin as a better example, isn't it? So you can do it by name. So if I go to Bitcoin, Bitcoin has gone down 20% over the last 30 days. And as I said before, I can monitor my transactions during that period. So if it was me selling Bitcoin, it would be a red circle. If it was me buying Bitcoin, it would be a green circle. And I can look at my pattern of buying and selling relative to the price over time. And that can be over 12 months. It can be it can be over all time as well. So yeah, I find it very, very useful. And the other thing I like about it is you can get this for free, by the way, if you do 200 or less transactions. And the way you get it is you go into your exchange and you will see that there's an option to transfer a CSV file, which is basically an Excel spreadsheet. And you can transfer it by clicking on a few buttons, and you can track your activity within that exchange. So that's what I used to do, but then over time it came to more than 200 transactions, and because I've been doing it a little while now, so I went for the paid service. Now with the paid service, it's much more of an automated process. So now, instead of having to manually get the spreadsheet, I would, because I'm not logged in, I don't know how much it's going to show. I would, for example, I would go exchange import. So the Excel spreadsheet version would be this, and then you import it from the various exchanges. But with the paid version, you have something what's called an API. It's a little bit fiddly to set up, but once you've done it, it's permanently linked to the exchange. And all I do is, let's just say I have something on crypto.com. I'd click on it, and then I would have set it up beforehand. And I would literally just, normally there'd be a button where the mouse is moving now. I'll click on it and it would import all the transactions and update itself, showing the transactions that weren't visible, hadn't taken place. It will show the difference between the last time I updated and the present time. So I find it a very useful way of keeping track of things. And the other benefit is that it does a tax report. So although I've been on it for a couple of years, I had it in my mind that, okay, how would I keep track of everything that I've been doing over this time? So if the time comes, I can do a tax report, which can either be detailed or a bit of an overview. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys in case you found it useful. I don't know if anyone has any questions about that.
Yeah, I do have a question. So does it do from history or as and when you start, if you want to link it to your exchanges?
Because I've been monitoring it for years. So for example, if I wanted to do a tax report now, I could do it from 2017 because I would have been doing it over time. In terms of how far back it goes, it depends on the exchange. So for example, Binance is from what I've seen, Binance is the least informative if you let too much time go by. What I mean by that,
I noticed that, yeah.
If you don't keep track of it, it will only go back about 3 months.
Yeah, I noticed that, and it's such a shame because I didn't realize I had to take, notice of these things, and I've lost a lot of information that really I would have loved to have.
Yeah, and when you go by memory, you don't realize because I can go back right to the time of purchasing a particular coin. I can say, oh, I can say, oh, I thought I made money on that. I didn't. Or the reverse. Oh, goodness me, look how much has gone up in that time. I better take some profit. So by having the full history of each one, I find it a very useful way of keeping track of things. And, especially, I believe in dollar cost averaging. I find it a really good way of keeping track, in the sense that even if I'm just skimming to, for example, one of my favorites being Cardano, if I'm just looking over a period of time, I can look at the pattern of the way. So like I said, imagine I'm logged into my account maybe I would have bought some here some while ago, and you average over time, and it might not go back down to that same point, but this might, for example, have been another dip. I might have bought some here, and I did buy some a few days ago here, and you see what I found, that over time the pattern improves. So in the beginning, you would have seen me buying when the price is high, as most of us do in the beginning. We're excited, but as time's gone on, I find that the times that I've bought a particular cryptocurrency is when the price is down, and over time that lowers my average purchase price. So I find it really, really useful to keep track of everything I'm doing. I find it really useful anyway. So I can send you guys a link later if you're interested as well. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
That looks quite good. I don't think the Blockfolio does it automatically. I think that was more of an manual input, which is, I think, what put me off a little bit, because I'm a bit old school. Sometimes I find it a bit quicker to write down.
Yeah.
I think so. That's good if it does it automatically.
And I think he recommended it because it's free. I don't think there's a purchase automated option of BlockFi. I could be mistaken. Whereas with this one, I wanted it to be as detailed as possible. So it hurts what I pay for it, because they will either take fiat currency or Bitcoin, and it hurts what I pay for it. But I know how much time it saved me over the years, because before, I used to do even doing the CSV Excel spreadsheet. It's still quite time consuming over time. Whereas with the automated version, like as I showed you earlier, setting it up is a bit technical. Don't get me wrong. It's like, you're a bit nervous when you first set it up, but once it's done, it's there. And as I said, you just go to it. You go to the exchange. It doesn't. Some exchanges give more information than others, so it's not 100% accurate. So what I mean by that, some of them don't, for example, have a column to show when you've withdrawn and transferred into the account. And so some of them will only show your trades. So depending on the exchange, there's a mixture of information that you get. So it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty decent.
Yeah. And is the payment as a percentage then, or are you allowed to tell us how much it costs?
The payment is it's not a percentage. It's kind of like
monthly fee or something.
No, it's not. It's a fixed fee. So you can either pay for 12 months, if I remember, you can either pay for 12 months, 3 years, or the biggest payment is for life.
Oh.
So
big commitment, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think the first time I did it, I paid for 1 year. Then I think once I paid for 3 years. I can't remember. Where is it? It's in there somewhere. But yeah, it's okay. Top of my head, let's just say it would cost you around 100 quid for the lowest one, and it could cost up to like 250 quid. So it feels kind of chunky when you do the for life one, but in terms of the amount of it depends how much trading you do. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there was a time when I was on it, I was doing stuff daily, several times a day, and it paid for itself in that sense. But yeah, I think I did like either 1 year or 3 years or something like that. And you, like I said, you pay for it in either fiat or crypto. Yeah. So yeah, it's not cheap, but it's definitely good value for money. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where does it show the price? Where is it? If I go to that, let's see. Yeah, maybe it only shows when you register. But yeah, but just picture about between £100 and £300, something like that, depending on which version that you do. Yeah. Oh yes, how's everyone feeling? But anyone got any questions about that before I move on to the next topic? Okay, right. So how's everyone feeling about the price of Bitcoin at the moment and crypto in general? What's everyone's mood today? Am I still connected to you all, or what's happened there?
No comment.
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
Oh God, is that a technical problem? Right. I tell you.
Sorry, what was the question? My daughter came to speak to me, so I got distracted.
I was saying, what's everyone's mood about the price of crypto in general today and this week?
Oh, that.
Oh, am I the only one who's in a good mood?
Sounds like it.
Yeah,
I think so. I think it looks like that.
Well,
right. Yeah,
this is the time we should be making magic, I guess, isn't it?
yeah. This
Yeah.
I'm just gutted that I can't buy more. You know, that's how I feel, because I think it's one of those things. The longer we're in it, the more your perspective changes. But I think also it depends on what your plans are for the short term as well. Because yeah, let's just say you plan to cash out to do something, and then all of a sudden the price goes down. That's not much fun.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is it's pardon me, because the large institutions are getting in on this now. You know, it's you know, I kind of think people like us are on borrowed time, and to onboard ourselves, you know, for it to be this affordable, you know, is not going to last forever, because once the big institutions get in properly, it's going to be that much more expensive to get into crypto. So to me, anytime it dips like this, it's an opportunity for us to get more. So what I mean by that, a big institution, you know, they've got reserves of money, and what do? They have the opportunity to wait for the dip, and that's one of the reasons why they have much more patience than the ordinary person. They wait for a dip, even manipulate it, you know, but they wait for a dip, and because they have the resources, they can just boom, dive straight in and take advantage of it. So whereas with us, with limited resources, we have to be patient and, you know, maybe go in with smaller chunks, hence dollar cost averaging. So to me, it's, you know, because there's all these, you know, like say some of these coins linked to the metaverse and all that, you know, they're on sale at the moment, you know, so whereas we might have thought we've missed the boat with some of them, the way that they've gone down now, we have another opportunity to get in. So I'm always happy when the price goes down, because, you know, maybe for someone who's new, they're thinking, oh, what's going to happen next? Is this the end of crypto? That thought never crosses my mind. You know, I had doubts in the early days, but with the amount of, like I said, large players coming in now with Facebook and all, you know, all that stuff going on, you know, there's no way this is going anywhere. So the way I see it is every time there's a dip, it's an opportunity to get some more. Obviously, the right coins, not the meme coins, but, you know, the ones that have substance and have a future. So yeah, so my frustration isn't, oh damn, the price is down. My frustration is, oh damn, I wish I could get more while the price is down, because it's not going to stay down forever. So yeah, I see it as an opportunity. So I find it exciting. Yeah. So yeah, that's my perspective anyway. And no one here agrees with me?
No,
Yeah, I do agree. I think I'm a bit frustrated as well that I can't buy any. So yeah, because I know it's a good time to buy, but it's just a fund that's not available.
Yeah.
It's the same with me. I mean, December's a bit of a tight month as it is.
Yes.
Exactly, being December.
I know.
Yeah. Well, my mindset, I wish I'd got into, because I think I told you my strategy last time. I wish I'd taken hyperverse more seriously earlier, because if I'd gotten to a certain point, I would be cashing some of that out to put that into some of the cryptos that I've got my, you know, the coins that I have my eye on at the moment.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Yeah.
You know, so, but you know, there'll be other dips, you know, so, you know, so yeah, there'll be other dips. So yeah, we'll get our time. We'll get our time. Right. Okay. And by the way, what's everyone's plan for Christmas in crypto terms then? You know. what's everyone planning to do? Or is it just purely family stuff and have a break from all the trading and the studying, etc.?
I think I'll be plugging in when I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same with me. There's like a couple of, the courses that they have, like Curtis has and Mr. Sotero.
Yeah.
There's been these, not beginners courses, but the I don't know what you'd call them actually.
You mean the new strategy that they're doing?
Is it the old fire?
Yeah, no. So basically, there's a couple of they've got 1 to 8 modules. Let's just say modules that you're supposed to do if you're new. I've done a couple of those, but then I might plug into their session. It's like I don't then go back, but I need to go back basically, and I'm really need to do that before AltFi starts. I'm quite excited about that.
Yeah, I did that course and it's pretty good. That's what got me more into. It gave me a better understanding of yield farming and staking, etc. So it's a pretty good course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to. I really want to get those 2 out of the way.
Yeah.
As well. And I wanted to ask, how do you guys research brokers that have many cryptos?
That's on my to-do list as well. Yeah.
I don't want to have so many and different ones. I'd rather just have maybe one.
You're talking brokers specifically for leverage trading, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just say that we prep for AltFi.
Yeah.
Because ideally we want one that has all the currencies, don't we? But
the ones that they're doing. Yeah.
I think the 6 main ones.
Yeah. Oh. I'll be honest, I haven't done that myself yet, and that's, to be honest, that's one of the things I'm.
It's only the first one.
That's one of the things I'm hoping to do over Christmas, and that me personally, I want to do that. I want to get much more comfortable with using MetaMask. Because I'll be honest, at the moment, when I see coins that are on MetaMask or on what's the other one? There's another wallet. Anyway, but when I see things that are on there, I tend to hesitate and wait for them to go into the main exchanges. And
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah, so I shouldn't be. But they've mentioned MVI. I want to get my hands on that.
Yes.
But it's only what's it on again? Let me.
I don't know if it's on PancakeSwap or one of those ones.
No, it's on.
I do have I have a question as well. Sorry.
Okay, let me just try and get and then it's on, and I've got the wallet and I've just never used it.
Oh.
Which one is it? It's on Uniswap. Yeah, Uniswap. Yeah, so I've got Uniswap and I've never used it. So yeah, I'd like to get my hands on some MVI because that looks really promising. Yeah. Sorry, what was your question? Does someone have a question or?
Debbie, I think you're muted.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, my internet went a bit funny. Thank you. I wanted to say, with MetaMask, can you get that on your Brave browser for anyone that uses Brave?
Yeah, I use it on my Brave browser.
Oh, okay, fine. All right.
I use it on Brave. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I literally put it on my phone today, the Brave browser.
Did you?
Yeah.
I should just put it on my phone as well.
Yeah, because I couldn't log into Hyperverse on my phone, but when I put the Brave browser, I can.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you used Brave browser before today or just today?
It was just today.
Yeah. Okay. Because I told you that I earned about over $300 on Brave, didn't I?
Yeah, you said. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
looking at 5 million.
I think I'll have to put it on my laptop as well.
Yeah, that's my default browser now. That's my default browser now. So yeah, I find it pretty useful. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. I want to keep it short and sweet today. So unless anyone has any burning questions. Oh, yes. Yeah. Another thing that I'm doing over Christmas, I want to sit myself down and make sure I'm doing everything properly in terms of security. That's very important, especially those of us that are using cold storage. So has everyone got a good system in place that they're happy with?
No, I need to tighten things up.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I 100%
Yeah, me
do.
too.
has everyone here got cold storage?
I've got a Trezor, but I
Okay.
haven't used it because I haven't got enough to put in there.
It depends what you mean by not enough.
Because I've paused because I'm just thinking when you transfer it,
Yeah.
you incur fees, don't you? And so if you're not planning to hold it for a long period of time,
Yeah.
and you might want to use it again, then doing all the fees, by the time you realize, you know, you've depleted your funds with paying fees in and out. So that's what's stopping me from.
I suppose it depends how much and if you
Yeah.
know you're going to leave it for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
I've got most of it on Exodus.
Okay.
It's not much. Yeah, that's why I've paused.
But the stuff on Exodus, is it because you're what do you call it? Staking?
I'm staking Cardano, for instance.
Yeah.
I had some, no, I've used my VChain. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got a little bit of ETH and that.
And have you have you written down your private keys?
Yes, I've got Exodus is very secure. I've got everything done as it should be. Yeah.
And that's written on in paper form or?
Yes, it's on paper.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. I took it one step further because Sassy was talking about you remember what Kurt was saying, because I finally got mine. You know these.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got one yet.
Yeah, that I got that recently. So that's one of the things I'll be doing over. Actually, I was pleasantly surprised because I thought it'd be like just a couple of pages.
It's quite thick. Yeah.
I thought it was a Bible.
Crypto Bible.
Yeah. So because I was thinking, oh, I might run out of pages, depending on how many coins, but there's loads in there. So, and you can not just for crypto, but just general passwords. So yeah, and I got the
pen.
I got the ghost pen as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to keep me busy when I've got a bit of downtime. Just give myself an extra layer of security. So yeah, it's you can never be. I always say you can never be too paranoid.
Yeah.
Always be vigilant and think about think about the worst case scenario. How will you overcome that?
Yeah.
And then I think that would give you peace of mind, especially when you go into cold storage.
Yeah. And that's why I was wondering if I can move stuff from an exchange onto like a ledger and still get the same sort of benefits. Because I really need to do that. I need to do that.
Yeah, but you can do a mixture of both. You can have, because I've spread it out. So I have some in cold storage, some in Exodus, and then some on exchanges. So you can do a combination. So so you don't end up with a single point of failure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you don't want. That's how I see it anyway. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Unless anyone's got any questions, I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. So
that's it from me today.
All good.
Yeah, I don't have any questions.
Okay then. All right. And thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right then. Have a good evening.
You too.
Right.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.